Hi everybody, this is Bob Iacino along with Mike Arnold, and this is an afternoon path chat for May 16th, covering the futures markets. Wow, the news from the White House continues. I'm just watching headlines come across that there is a memo floating around that apparently James Comey wrote prior to his firing after having a private meeting with President Donald Trump, where again, allegedly, President Donald Trump asked him to drop the investigation into General Michael T. Flynn. Apparently, this conversation happened one day after the Flynn firing. This would be bad for the president. This would probably affect the markets if there was any truth to it. Right now, there's discussions of Comey testifying, but he wanted to testify in public. So this may be the thing that ever so slightly spikes the VIX. I don't know, we'll see. Right now, I'm seeing the VIX up 2.21% as I speak at 1065. That's inclusive of today, however, the move today, which you can see a VIX chart right there. It's probably hard to see right now, but Mike will zoom in, but there's a little bit of an up bar today. It doesn't take a lot for the VIX to be up a large percentage. 23-cent move in the VIX is 2.21%. So, but this one, as I look at the futures right now, the equities are down a little bit. In terms of the economic calendar, we got some U.S. data. Housing starts disappointed. Building permits disappointed. I talked about those this morning. But also industrial production, which our video was posted prior to that, came out at up 1%. And manufacturing production came out at up 1% as well. We're awaiting Japanese machine orders and Australian Westpac consumer confidence for May, along with the wage cost index for May. They haven't come out yet as I record this. API data, American Petroleum Institute data, came out. We had actually a climb of 882,000 barrels in U.S. crude supplies. So a build, not a draw. That ends a 5-week streak of draws from the API numbers. We had gasoline draw down 1.8 million barrels, but distillates were up the same 1.8 million barrels, so they kind of wash each other off. The forecast was a 2.2 million barrel draw to crude, and again, we got an 882,000 barrel build. Crude fell further down into that 48.20 area after settling at 48.66. It lost about 40 cents. But let me turn it over to Mike to let you know what he's seeing on the charts, and if anything happens while Mike is talking, I'll come back and let you guys know at the end. Mike, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob. So, VIX watch. VIX closed up slightly today, but still closing at 1065, which is another close below 11. With the research I've been able to find out there, the last number of consecutive closes below 11, the last largest number was 10, which occurred in November of 06. Now we're up to 17. So this is unprecedented territory, especially for the VIX, but this can continue until it doesn't. Markets seem very, very calm. So let's take a look at what those markets are doing. Transports came down, tested the lower significant level, tested the upper significant level, closing slightly down. These significant levels are going to play a key on a rally, especially a strong sustained intraday move about this 90-80 level. Above there, you'll be watching for 90, 95 to 9100, and then the 9120 area. And through that, then you could be watching for the retest of the trend line, which comes in right now about 9183. Move lower, you have key support 9025. Then we'd be looking for about the 9,000 level, and then if that's broken, about the 8980 level to the downside. If we do get drop below that on a bigger move, then we'd be looking at the defining point for the trend line, 8952. Over to the industrials. Industrials, pretty much a doji day, came up, tested the trend line, which was essentially the high 21,033 today, closing right on our GAN level, roughly 20,980. So these are going to be the key levels. We have to get above this 21,033 level. Then we'd be looking for the 21,070. And then if we go through that, pretty much a retest of the most recent highs, right around 21,170. If we pull back, get some support right around the 20,930 level, then we test the lower end of our rotation zone, right around 20,896 to 20,900. And if that is violated, watch for a potential sell-off to about this 20,810 to 20,800 level. Over to the S&P. S&P came up to test one of the key levels we talked about yesterday, right around this 2,403 level, before pulling back and closing down slightly. Found some support at the GAN level and the rising 8. So those are the key levels we will be continuing to watch for. We'll just update the fib levels real quick for the most recent things. And we could take away this trend line because it's not going to come into play anymore. So, again, rally tomorrow, 24.0450 is going to be the first level of resistance. Then we're looking to get about to the 24.15 level. And if we do eventually get through there, the 24.25 level. On a pullback right around today's low, rising 8 in this gain level, 23.94 to 23.93 is going to be key. If that is broken, falling to the next GAN level and the rising 21, 23.84. Then if that's broken, would also break this trend line, but you'll probably see a spike down to this low right here, which comes in at 23.79. Finally, NASDAQ, which made another new all-time high today. We keep saying that. We got through our next level up, the 57.12 level, did not reach up to our next GAN projection at 57.3250. So that's what you'll be watching for tomorrow. And once that's broken, 57.75 area. On a pullback, 57.02 to 5700's first key level. Next key level, 56.90. Then you're looking to possibly retest the rising 8 about 56.80. And then if all of that is broken, you could possibly see a pullback to 56.47 area. Over to crude. Crude reached up, tried to get through the 200 flat, couldn't get to yesterday's high. So then sold off with some inventory reports coming out, dropping back into the rotation zone with a hooking up 8. On a move, continued lower tomorrow. Key support around 47.80 to 83. Then retesting prior support 47.66. Then we could see 47.51 and a bigger drop. We're looking for about 47 area, 47.01 to 46.90. Rally back up, watching about for 48.84, followed by 49.35 area. Then the 49.65 area, and once we get through there, the $50 mark. Finally, let's take a look. Copper didn't do much today. Inside day, it looks like pushed up slightly on a continued rally tomorrow, about 255.80 area, first level resistance, next level 257.71, followed by right around the 258.50. On a pullback, we have a fair amount of support coming in. This is 252.10 to 14 level, followed by 251.62. Then on a bigger pullback, we could see it drop all the way to 249.50 area. Over to gold. Gold, what's this? 4th day of rallying, coming up to test the declining trend line. So if we get through this 1240 level, you can watch for 1243 area. Then we're watching for about the 1245 to 1246 area where we have GAN clusters and a significant level. Then on a really strong move, 1251. On a pullback, very minor support coming in about 1232. Then not much until about 1228.50. Then on a bigger pullback from there, 1225 area. Finally, over to silver, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up days in a row. Tested the significant level, pretty much stopped on it as a high. we have the decline but flattening rotation zone just above this. So resistance is going to be about $16.86 to $16.89. If that is broken, no other price targets until about the 17 to 1703, then 1716 higher. On a pullback, minor support coming in about 1680, followed by 1670, and then nothing until we get down to about 1662 to 1657 key area, where we have a hooking up 8 and a prior key close. That's all we have for you. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you, Michael. Nothing new at this point on the political front. None of the economic data has come out, and crude oil is steady right around 48.30. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and we will talk to you guys in the next Path Chat.